obviously we weren't just doing a watch party for the Woke Game Awards, but we were also watching Asmongold's chat react to the Woke Game Awards, which I think made it so much more fun. Because like anytime I saw a woman on screen, or like anytime I saw like a non-white woman on screen, especially, or like a woman with blue hair, they would just like, they would go nutty mode over it. They were like, L, 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 oh no. Like, it's like, oh, I need eye bleach. It's like having a conniption, having a mental health episode every time you see like a woman or a black or brown person. Like, how the like, that's kind of crazy. I'm assuming that like the Asmongold fan that walks into like a Ralph's, sees a cashier and she's a woman, he's like, no, wokeness has ruined this the reputation of my favorite grocery chain. Like, what? How the does that work? You go to the DMV, there's a black lady there, you're like, no, the DMV is ruined because of wokes. Like, what do you do when you see your mom in the morning and you know, you're like, oh my god, my sister, she doesn't have the beautification filter on her face, she looks ugly in this lighting. Woke. My family is woke, my mother is a woman. This sucks. Look at this. They've turned gooning into a science. Enlarged orbicularis oris. Too compressed glabella. Nasion bridge too high. Body of a zygomatic bone is too high. Like, what are you saying? You need to be sedated, dog. Like, I'm serious. If a person in my immediate orbit started talking like this, I'd hit him with a ketamine dart, okay? I'd be like, go to sleep. Shh. You're being institutionalized. You come after CD Projekt Red, you come after me, okay? I'm telling you right now, I will defend the nation of Poland and CD Projekt Red with my fucking life. Ah! Ah! Amazing, but please, Siri's face needs work. Witcher 3 face model look much better. Hopefully this gets updated. She's older, man. Come on, be serious. I'm very serious. There are some serious anatomy issues. I bet the team knows. $20 says you look like somebody ran you over with a snowplow. It's like, bro. Straight up. You have thoughts like this, you need to be sedated and institutionalized. Like, this is thought crimes, okay? This is a crime. It should be a crime to think like this. Straight up. This is the one time I'm saying it. Like, this is madness, dude. Have any of these guys gotten ass before? No, of course not. I had a lot of fun watching it yesterday. I truly enjoy. I love that the anti-woke gamers exist. I know it's really fucking annoying for the developers because they sometimes end up like harassing them. Totally understand how frustrating that is, because you're working for this massive corporation. You have these creative initiatives that you want to put into this work of art. This is your baby. You worked on it for years. You're very excited, even though you kind of also know you might get fired at any given moment, because every single part of these companies are now consolidated into these like mega merger companies that only focus on live service, only focus on DLC content, only focus on loot boxes. Everything is shit, right? And you're over here just like, I am trying to exist in this space to the best of my ability. This is my life's dream. I wanted to make video games. And then some basement dwelling neck-bearded loser comes in and is like, you're gay, you made this video game gay, fuck you. You're responsible for everything that sucks. Why doesn't it feel like I'm 12 again when video games used to hit and I didn't have any of these like adult responsibilities? And it's like, dude, that's not the developer's fault. So I get how shitty that might be as a developer, but also on the other side, it is pretty funny to watch these guys mauled, you know? Maybe it's just me, but I feel like the market for masculine, non-conventionally attractive female leads in games isn't as big as the video game industry thinks it is. How do we feel about Siri in the cinematic? Siri looks fine. Geralt looked quite different in the CGI trailer versus his in-game appearance, so I would reserve judgment for now. The post is more so about the Naughty Dog game. There were a lot of like, not masculine necessarily, but like there was a lot of non-white, non-traditional looking women as leads in a lot of these games, right? Or even white traditional looking leads in a lot of these games. But I don't give a shit. I just want the game to be good. I don't care, okay? Like, I don't know why it doesn't factor in to my equation, like to the way I enjoy a work of art, if it's led by a woman or a man or whatever the fuck they look like. Like, Dave the Diver is awesome. He's a fat dude. You know what I mean? It's hilarious. It's amazing. It plays into the story. And I don't understand. Like, just make good games. That's all I care about. Oh, what a joy. Naughty Dog finally made a new IP. And they've done a bunch of great IPs in the past. Like, they've done a bunch of great fucking games. Naughty Dog makes a new fucking game and people are like, well, there's a bald Asian woman as the main character, so automatically I hate it. They have turned not being able to fap into a political movement, okay? Unironically, because that's what the whole Siri conversation is. If you play Witcher 3, you know, one, the Siri segments were a lot of fun, and two, the entire game is supposed to be like gearing up for Siri to be the main protagonist, right? And these guys are like, they made Siri ugly. Like, why are you so mad? You know what I mean? What, like, why? Like, this isn't a political movement, man. You have drank too much of the Mighty Keef is like one of the fucking last remaining like anti-woke gaming crusaders out there. Respect to Mighty Keef as always. I can't imagine being a video game enjoyer and thinking that everything comes out sucks. That's got to be so depressing. Why would you even continue to play games? Siri looking fine. They are so weird, lol. That's the other side of it. Like, she looks hot. Like, the fuck do you mean? They're desperately seeking out the feelings that they had when they were 14, but they're not. They're like 35. They're 40. You know what I mean? Part of the reason why I loved Wukong, which many of these guys considered to be anti-woke, ironically enough, and that's why they liked it. But the reason why I liked Wukong was because it was the format of something that we've seen before. It was God of War, right? It was God of War with the mechanics of a Souls-like game, right? Now, there are a million games like that, but why did I like it? I liked it because it actually featured a mythology that you don't usually see that much in Western media. You see remnants of that mythology that has been very impactful, like Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, and numerous other works of art that make its way to the Western world. But like the very fact that it was Chinese mythology, it hyper focused on Chinese mythology. Like, I think that's unique. That's when diversity is good. That's a perfect representation of diversity being good. There's so much resentment that people have towards like the way that the gaming space has evolved over the years as it's become a multi-billion-dollar industry in and of itself that is like more successful than Hollywood, even global. Okay. And in that process, there's been a lot of mergers and acquisitions, a lot of layoffs, a lot of hyper focusing on revenue rather than the art in and of itself. And like, people just simply cannot comprehend that like the reason why they don't like the games partially is because it doesn't hit anymore because you're a goddamn adult. You're like 45 years old and none of your dreams when you were a child were actually accomplished. So now you carry that weight around you all day. You carry that sense of shame around you all day. And that kind of probably factors into your enjoyment of video games and stuff. Of course, when you were a child and had no responsibilities, like that shit was way more fun. It banged, you know? Having said that, however, you're not a kid anymore. You're an adult. And in that time frame when you like try to enjoy this new work of art, maybe it's not gonna hit the same. And then there's the nostalgia component that makes you think that it was much better back then. Okay. But overall, there are structural problems with the gaming industry in general. And a lot of these guys, ironically, and this is something I talk about with politics all the time, a lot of these guys literally, instead of addressing the real villains here, addressing the real problems here, unironically do the same exact like deflection without realizing it. Where instead of getting mad at like mergers and acquisitions and crunch, okay, and not letting fucking video games breathe, not letting the development process breathe, and not giving the workers that make these video games more time, more space, more benefits, more freedoms to be able to pursue their artistic vision. This financialization of the gaming industry is obviously going to take away some of the beloved projects that might have even started off in a really interesting way, but that is now unfolded into the codification, the FIFA-ification of all gaming. Getting mad at that requires for you to have a better analysis over the situation, to understand what's really truly changing the space. But it's much easier to just simply say, I see women, it sucks. And it's so weird, and it's so entitled, and it's so selfish. It's this notion that like, no, this is our space. You have encroached upon my space, my good madam. How dare you? No, all video games need to appeal to me, only me. And it's like, okay, well, no, it's not gonna happen. So everyone needs to fucking calm down.